So I've been watching videos tonight, and watched 32, he says it sounds like 42, which is a Hitchhiker's Guide reference, and Dr. Becky. So I've had a few comments. First off, one was on the expansion of the universe. So yeah, was wondering about multiverse theory um, and assuming infinite expansion. Um, and whether there are multiverses or not. So here's what I said. So the Great Attractor is the center of the universe. An infinite number of universes would require an infinite amount of energy with the movement of every single quark. Um, there may be a big bang going out and then a contraction toward the Great Attractor. The cosmic background is simply the edge that reflects in. So it's kind of the mirror. At some point, the Great Attractor was the Great Repeller, from which everything expanded from. The idea of multiverses is just science fiction. It's a literary convention, kind of like time travel. It's literary convention. Now this is philosophy. It's not science. It is only provable when the peak of the journey from the Great Attractor became the journey toward it. When we know when the shift occurred, we can predict the end. Or when we can add the inflation rejected time to the attractor plus the time since the Big Bang Theory and divided by 2. In other words, in English, we know at what stage we're moving toward the Great Attractor. Let's assume we get there. And we know when the Big Bang was. So add the two numbers, divide by 2. And that's when things shifted. And yeah, there is time dilation things, but they'll cancel each other out. So the companion question I got from Dr. Becky's talk about the flickering of Sagittarius A, which is the center of our galaxy. So at what point does Sagittarius A swallow the entire galaxy? Assuming expansion is rejected as a hypothesis, what will come first? Swallow the Milky Way or reaching the Great Attractor? Maybe the Great Collapse will actually occur when every galaxy is a black hole and they all kind of converge at the attractor. In which case, another Big Bang. All travels to one verge and boom. And that's how, the Big Bang might have worked. We don't know. We'll be dead. We'll never know unless you believe in eternal life. Then you can see it. When you're in the spirit realm, if the people who have big the near-death experiences have any indication of what's real, and they've been there, so it's like, okay. They say you say when all questions are answered when asked, all knowledge is available. Maybe somebody can go and answer the question and get the data, although you don't really remember it totally, and so our curiosity will be satisfied. But it's an interesting math problem. Just add the two figures, divide by 2. That's when we shifted. Then you can make a clock. You can make a clock as to the beginning to the end, a really accurate clock of time in this universe. And assume that there's another one before and after, and we don't know what that is, although it's the same amount of energy matter, which is the same thing in the end. So energy matter, antimatter, all that crap. So yeah, then what's what part of the clock we're in? Assume, because we're going to we're on the other side, that we're at 7 or 8. We're past 6. So probably just 7, but even 6:30, but we've passed 6 on the clock. So yeah, and if you do a 24-hour clock, we've passed noon. So if you want to be more precise, so it's the information is out there. Call it Bender's hypothesis. So which can't be proven, so you can call it Bender's assumption or Bender's law, because I don't think anybody's run that calculation with. So, and actually, I think it was either 30 Thought 2 or it was PBS Space Time that talked about the shape of the galaxy. I'll find that one too and put it in the description under here. There's a like button right here. And yes, please. And a subscribe button, like here. And I've got a Patreon page, but I haven't really set up the method. So, I may have Patreons I haven't checked. So, and I haven't reloaded my AdSense, attached my AdSense account. But, if you want that option, say it in the comments. And if you think I'm full of it, say it in the comments. Remember, this is a philosophy question for me. It's not a science question. It's one of those, it's metaphysics, not physics. So, there's a blogger, a physicist out there that says, you don't have any right to do it. You don't know the math. That's true. I can't speak the authority of a physicist, but I can speak as a metaphysicist, philosopher. So, that's my methodology to the best guess. If you know these things, if you're a physicist, put it in the comments. Put in the assume that again that time dilation went both ways, so it's not a factor. And then tell me where we are on the clock, and how big was it? How big was the universe, the known universe, that clawy thing, where we're like right here on the claw. The Virgo cluster is not at the Great Attractor. We're going toward it. So when does everything get to one place, and will the Great Attractor move? When it is it a centroid rather than the center? Will it shift or just get stronger when some parts of the universe are absorbed and some parts aren't? Will it change the center, or just keep sucking from whatever place it is? Who knows? We can look. Measure that. That's the question. That's the proof. If you want physics proof, see if the Great Attractor moves its location within the cosmic network. So, because some parts are closer than others. See if the distances are shrinking from the farthest edge. That proves it. So yes, astronomers can prove it if they want to. I think it's an interesting question, but that's me from metaphysics, not me from science. So it'd be fun to give to physics students and me an interesting dissertation, which I have no desire to ever write in any universe. Yes. Okay. Good morning.